What? The volcanic eruption of madness and drama that is in this show cannot be matched. We have spouses that are unsure.
Looking very different than this.
Non-stop fights and breakups.
You are crazy. You're crazy.
Absolutely questionable wedding attire.
A Vedic fantasy. It's classy and sexy.
And even a possible pregnancy? Are you kidding me?
So
I'm pregnant.
The chaos that unfolds and the drama is non-stop. Make sure you stay until the end because it doesn't stop the whole way through. My God. But let's get right into it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Boop, just like that right there. Thank you for the support.
I never meant to break up anything or ruin your wedding or
You didn't.
nothing like that. I'm just trying.
So the friend goes up there to actually talk to Stevie, and I make it seem like I'm gonna tell her what's what, and he goes up there and says, "I'm sorry." That's how the drama of the show absolutely builds up, only for nothing. But Stevie definitely was not very warm in being receptive to him, even though he clearly was trying to be there for his very, I wouldn't say best friend because they've only known each other for a few years, I think, but his friend.
Do you take a hug?
He said, do you take a hug?
No hug.
She said no, damn. This is why that will be interesting here in a few moments.
Good?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Can I hug you?
I guess.
2 seconds later, her friend comes up there and says, "Are you good?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm good." And, "Oh, can I hug you?" "Oh, okay, yes, I'll hug you, my friend who I have painted naked, and there's an issue about whether I may like you a little too much, but I'll hug you." Now, does she have to hug his friend? No, of course not, but it's just kind of funny, like, he was trying to make amends, she couldn't even give the man a hug. I mean, damn.
You've seen all of it.
Also a little concerning. Good Lord. I mean, it's one thing to be a friend, happy for your friend, but her friend is a little over the top with the crying, and I'm like, maybe she did like her a little bit more than just a friend. I mean, she did paint her boobs over and over and over.
I'm gonna be walking towards you later.
yes.
Looking very different.
Look at
than
his
this.
face right here. Look at his face. Like he looks at her and then kind of looks away, and that face is like the smile of or it's just a fake smile. That's like, am I really doing this? Now, he said he's very insecure, uncertain about these things because of a past marriage, so that could have something to do with it, but damn, that is about one of the most uncertain faces I think I've ever seen.
He doesn't normally have nightmares like this, but he's been having them leading up to the wedding for about a week.
And that might not be a good sign. So basically, Sarper doesn't typically have nightmares, but he's been waking up in the middle of the night screaming something in Turkish leading up into the wedding for the past week. I might wonder if this is a good idea. Of course, I've been saying that since day one, that this is not a good idea, and Sarper certainly has turned out to be the better one in the relationship, and Shekinah is the person that has no soul. Okay, sorry, that's a little harsh, but she doesn't feel very many things.
Half of my brain says that walk away.
Oh, that's not good.
But
What are you doing? Walk away. My brain is telling me this. Now, Sarper clearly is still even uncertain leading up into it, and the fact that you're doing some weird bedding ceremony that Shekinah has focused more on of how it's done or the setup and everything than she has about your actual relationship is gonna give you concern, especially when you already have issues you haven't worked out yet. Oh, the fun with the throuple. The production team arrived to document them, and what do you know? The last day together, and there's an argument! My gosh, they found them in the middle of a fight. Is anyone shocked at that?
Lord forbid there's a normal day, because Ani's upset, and I'm not quite sure why.
This whole ignorant, stupid thing that he's playing, and then Amini's playing, and they're all playing of, I don't know what's going on, except for the fact that y'all are all horrible people, y'all all don't know what a healthy relationship is, and y'all are trying to act like you don't understand why it would work. Maybe it's because you met her in a strip club. Maybe it's because you and your wife left your kids to try to figure out this throuple thing where you're going to get divorced, and one of you is going to marry her only to create a new family, only to create some weird broken family. Ever considered that? But no, you're going to say, I don't know what's going on.
She asked me for help with rent. She said she was stressed out. All
Oh,
these
did she
things.
now?
I was like, okay.
So she asked her for money for rent. Now you're finally admitting that money was a big factor in this, but she's trying to downplay it and make it seem like it didn't happen the way it was. The whole point of this fight is over money.
Little did I know, she seems to think that I cut her off because she decided that she wants to marry Matt.
I don't care what you say, you absolutely did that. Now, Annie, the stripper Annie, is nothing more than a money-hungry, attention-seeking prostitute, if you will, that is just trying to get someone to take care of her. You've been doing this and all of a sudden the money doesn't go through? No, what happened is you did get mad, you did cancel the transfer, and now you're claiming it's a bank issue. I don't think she has any reason to be mad. I also think you don't have any reason to be mad. Y'all are both bad. And guess what? Your husband, who is nothing more than a coward, who I could have different words for if I wasn't trying to remain slightly tame, is crawling into his turtle shell to try to act like, what's going on, guys?
And now I feel she thinking she control me about money.
She has controlled you by the money. That's been going on the whole time. She just doesn't care because she's just been giving you money. Now, all of a sudden, she decided to cut it off because she's mad, but it's always been there. It's always been about money for everyone, and everyone's still trying to have this charade about, it's about love. We really love each other. No one's buying that crap.
Not now. There's no reason for that.
Honey, not now. There's no reason for that. I mean, God, every time I hear him, I just hear idiot voice. That's all I hear with this fool. He's like I say, he's just a turtle that's trying to like make peace and make everything good because he's a coward and can't really stand up for his business and stand up for his wife and stand up for his children, which, by the way, she's not doing any better, but he didn't put his foot down and say, nah, this ain't gonna happen. We ain't doing this crap. Nope, he didn't, because he's a coward.
This is bull. I'm leaving my children for this bull.
And then she does that crap. I'm leaving my children for this bull S. And trying to act like she made this extreme decision that she couldn't have done any other way. And now, like, I should be back with my kids. Go back to your kids. You should have never left them. This whole thing is stupid. You should be charged with child neglect for leaving your kids to go to Mexico with your husband to try to foster this throuple with a stripper you met in a strip club who is clearly using you for money. I mean, are these people just so dumb that they can't get that through their head? Stupidity runs rampant.
At least I have some stuff. When I was poor, I never danced for money.
No, but you went and found someone that danced for money, and that was good enough for you to create into a throuple. How the hell is she going to sit there and say, I have self-respect, I didn't dance for money? You went and found a stripper and threw a bunch of money at her when she was clearly using you at a strip club in Tijuana, Mexico. I mean, these people have no self-awareness. The backflips you have to do to not realize that you are, if at least in the same boat, if not worse than the stripper you picked up, is amazing. You are not a good person, you are not a smart person, and you do not have it all together.
You are crazy. You're crazy.
You're crazy. No, you're crazy. I think Amini looks more crazy in this one, but Annie is crazy too. I mean, obviously, it clearly has been outed that all she was out for was money, which everyone saw from the beginning, except for the two dumb mother right in front of me, Amini and Matt, who clearly don't have a brain cell. One, they might have had two to begin with. Now they don't have one to rub together, which is sad because their kids, again, I say this all the time, their kids are the ones that suffer when this stuff goes on.
I'm doing my vows because it's part of the wedding, part of the ceremony.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not like I'm enjoying it, right?
I mean, I get it to an extent. Like, I get what he's saying. A little bit of a language barrier there, I think. But it's not good that you're not feeling at least somewhat good about trying to write out how you feel about the person you're about to marry. You don't have to say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That's not typically a guy thing, but at least putting a little bit of, words onto paper and being okay with it. He's kind of like, whatever. We'll get it done. I love procrastination to the extreme.
Je connais Clayton, il aurait été très excité, mouvementé.
Oh, he would have been excited all over the place. Clearly, you got over the fact that Clayton didn't have a passport. You lied to him. He had his bags packed ready to go, and you still weren't telling him. But you're over all that now. That poor kid, man. Again, on this show, the ones who suffer the most are these people, these adults' children. They're the ones that are going through it. These adults, they're acting like children, but they also have children, and they're not caring for them like they should. The photo they got of Clayton to put out there, how old is that photo? For one, it looks like she took the poor boy hostage. For two, why did they put a photo that's clearly several years old? She didn't have anything else she could put up there that made it a little more current? I mean, he's going to be on the webcam, but you're putting something from like years ago? Come on.
Ligaments on both sides for a foot. We helped her into the house, and
so the mom finally went to the hospital and they found out she tore ligaments on both sides of her foot. I mean, that should make you feel bad. I get it. She could make her own decisions and not go to the hospital, but he should have at least called 911 considering she was in so much pain, and then she can make that decision for herself. Instead, you said, okay, well, mom's just going to be stubborn, went to the wedding, which, by the way, Aaliya was 2 hours late for, and then just let it ride out, and now you find out she's actually injured. Good job, Shawn.
was Jackie just hanging out and enjoying her extra 2 hours?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Even if I was getting ready for my special day, I was worried about you.
Okay, not even a little. Not even a little. And Aaliya keeps saying, my special day, whose special day was it? You weren't making it no special day when you're 2 hours late, not giving a damn about the time. And there is a good point about Jackie, who is nothing more than an enabler, and all just keeps on like laughing it up with Aaliya, when in reality, you could have simply said, we don't have time. No, what she did was laugh it off that they were so late, which was absolutely ridiculous. Shawn wanted an out. There's no reason for this to continue on, but you cannot point out the fact that in this situation, the whole 2 hours late for the wedding, Aaliya was squarely in the wrong, and Aaliya tries to play the victim or attempts to be very effective. I don't think it's very effective.
Through a lot of difficult moments in my life.
Oh, sure.
That I did not have so much support.
So that's what we're going with. You're called out. You're put basically feet to the fire because you messed up. You were wrong. You didn't give a damn. You didn't care. And now it's, I've been through so much in my life. I don't care. You don't get to bring up the bad parts of your life, which everyone goes through one way or another. You don't get to bring all that crap up when you make a mistake. It's better if you just own that mistake. Say, yeah, I messed up. I was wrong. I was selfish in that moment. I'm sorry. Not, I'm sorry if you felt that way, but I'm sorry. I messed up. Leave it at that. No, but you know what's so common today is people to play the victim and say, but me, my poor life. I'm like, you don't get to do that when it's convenient. No.
Shawn, even if the circumstances are bad, if he can be more, I don't know if it's grateful.
It's not grateful, but it's an interesting thing you go with even if the circumstance is bad, I wish he could be more grateful. What are you even talking about? So you're basically saying you want Shawn to put on a happy face, which was never going to happen considering he doesn't even really want to be there. Y'all are getting married for no reason, and he's in the wrong in a lot of ways. But in this circumstance, you want him to put on a happy face even when you completely trash the wedding by being there 2 hours late, leaving everyone out in the hot sun and all that good stuff. Yeah, let's let everyone try to make Aaliya feel better. Sure.
It's all about me. Like, this is my wedding, and this is a feeling that I think not so many people can understand.
Yeah, but the problem is it's supposed to be your wedding, Youre and Stevi's wedding. It's going to be more of Stevi's wedding. You might as well accept that. She's made it pretty clear that the world's going to revolve around her. Sorry to tell you, Mahdi, but I don't think it's going to be that simple. I'm glad y'all have worked out some of your issues, but you do have some rough times ahead, I will say.
I realized that Stevi surprised me with a haft scene. Haft scene is one of the most important symbols of Persian culture.
That's nice. So basically, they put up this table with various things. I don't know much about this ceremony or anything like that, but clearly to Mahdi, it's important, and it's very, very important in Persian culture. So she took it upon herself to put up a table with a lot of things culturally relevant to him and something that's culturally relevant to a wedding. You know what? I have a lot of problems with Stevi, but you got to give credit where it's due, and power to her for doing this. A nice surprise, making him feel welcome. Just a nice thing to do that showed she really cared, not like I'm just doing it out of obligation, but because I care. So that was really nice.
You need a hug?
This poor guy, he's been trying to get a hug the whole time. Stevie's like, no, I'll hug my friend, but not you. You give that man a hug, Mahdi. You give your buddy a hug.
I mean, they're ready. I just need to write them down in paper.
They're ready. I just didn't write them down in paper. Then he goes on to say, they're like 50%. I mean, 30%. I mean, 25%. What he means is 0% at all. He's got some stuff in his head, which theoretically, if you know what you're going to say and you know how you feel, you should be able to pretty much use it without paper. All these people putting up this big phone and sheet of paper or whatever, you should be able to recite it. It shouldn't require a whole lot of writing. You should be prepared. Clearly, He has nothing.
I was a real bad boy. Maybe the baddest boy.
He was the baddest boy. I was the real bad boy. Baddest of boys. The baddest of the bad boys. You just don't understand the bad boys. This kind of stuff is why Sarper makes me say, it just needs to be the Sarper show. It needs to be the Sarper hour or something like that. I mean, I could get behind that just because it's hilarious. He's unintentionally funny. And the comedic stuff, stand-up stuff, I don't know. But he's just naturally funny. And so, go watch that.
So good.
Okay, so she looked like she went through the most skimpy section in Victoria's Secret and just like dove in and came out on the other end with whatever the most skimpy thing was. And that's her wedding dress. I get it, they're doing a bedding, but good Lord, neither one of them. I mean, they're doing a unique situation, but all I'm going to say is Shekinah, don't drop a pencil or nothing, because you might give someone a little show. Ah, yes. You are so beautiful. Very nice. I'm not going to lie. This looks more like the way that an intimate sort of video might start, a corn video, if you will, rather than some sort of wedding ceremony. It's like, all right, get out. Everybody just get out. We're going to shoot a video now. Screw this wedding thing.
I give you this ring as a sign of my love.
Now pay attention to him, because the whole time he's doing this, he is looking at her. He's saying it from the heart. He's not reading. She got her phone out and is like reading directly verbatim. And instead, probably from AI or something like that. But he's actually like saying how he really feels. You could tell he really cares about her. So interesting dynamic, because you just don't get the same vibe from her, which is another question of why is she doing this?
We are married. Wow.
Really?
He kind of rolled his eyes there. Now, my question is, everyone in there for the bedding, do they stay while they consummate the marriage? Because that's part of it. They're like, no, you have to stay and watch, everybody. This whole thing is just weird. Look, again, unique, I guess. Not something that should become a thing, though.
What is this?
Oh, God. Oh, Lord, just Sarper. Come on, man. He just can't help himself. He wants to go back to his stripper days.
1%.
Now, you can tell they're doing this after the fact. You can tell these interviews done after the fact. I think she probably had that surgery that I did a video on last week where she looked like she had the lizard skin. I think she probably shot this after she had that surgery because her cheeks look significantly different. She looks like she's becoming more like Darcy or Stacy, which a few people said in the comments, but damn, it looks more like it there. Like, she's just looking crazy. She's going to be looking like the crazy cat lady before too long. Stop, you crazy surgery addict.
Here. And the ups and downs and the hurdles, and so to finally be here.
The ups and the downs and the hurdles, you've kind of had a lot of them, and I would venture to say that might have been a bunch of things you should think, should I really do this?
Waiting for this, and now today, and this girl, more than anything,
yeah.
This girl makes me
this
happy.
Girl,
She's my
this girl's going to have you moving outside of your airplane community and somewhere in some big city where you're miserable inside 6 months. So enjoy your plane while it lasts, because you're going to be paying to board it or do whatever you got to do at an airport somewhere instead of having your own private hangar and landing strip.
But if they were to decide to have more kids in the future, I would still be very upset about that.
So this is the epitome of, well, I'm going to try to say something nice, but really I'm not happy, which is basically saying that, she's okay, it's fine, I'll kind of let it go, because she signed the prenup, but if they decide to have kids in the future, then so help me God, which, for one, they probably shouldn't anyway, just simply because, I really still think Mina has some ulterior motives. I don't think it's just love anyway. But it's got nothing to do with Jordan. It ain't going to be her call regardless. And then there's this.
But God and Donna is amazing, and we're just both so happy.
So
I think
happy.
I'm running on adrenaline all day long.
Sure you are.
It's just such an amazing day.
Yeah.
So.
I'm pregnant.
Yeah. And you know what? Then she follows it up with...
Not joking.
I wouldn't be surprised if she was pregnant. Let's be honest here. I mean, she jokes about it. And of course, they led up this whole thing the whole time. But the way they've been going, it would not surprise me if she ends up pregnant pretty soon. Look, this guy needs to recognize how different his life's going to be. I mean, I think he understands with the kids, of course your life changes. But the fact that she is going to get him to move, I don't think he understands that yet. He thinks everything's going to be good up there where he lives with his private hangar. Enjoy it while it lasts. Yay, I guess. Happily ever after, only probably not happily ever after, because I think ultimately Mahdi is going to realize that Stevie's kind of crazy and it really ain't for her. So we'll see how it plays out. Although, like I said, credit where it's due with her trying to at least bring his culture into it, trying to do a nice thing, showing she loved him. But I still think she's going to be hiding things as, correct me if I'm wrong, because I can't find the clip right now, but at the very beginning, I'm pretty sure she said to the camera that she's bi, and then the whole time through she was acting like she isn't and then just denying it, which is interesting considering you're going through your whole relationship with a lie. That is not a good way to start.
We will never ever give up on this journey because we both knew that it's going to be a long journey.
You will never give up on this journey. You were the one fighting for truth, fighting to be transparent, fighting to talk. She was the one fighting to hide things and not listening to a damn thing you say and not caring if you were uncomfortable. So, who's the one fighting?
Piece of me, he really is like my rock.
But you're not his rock. So you're happy with him being your rock, but the few times he's like clearly showed that he's having problems or struggling with the job and all that, all you do is basically tell him to man up and stay at home with the kids, which is going completely against his instincts. Not that it's wrong for him to take care of his kids, of course not, but at least talk to him about it and understand where he's coming from. You're the one that pushed him to almost go back on the cruise, and really, it wouldn't shock me if he's back on the cruise inside 6 months. Mirror, mirror on the wall, she don't look crazy at all, I guess. I don't think she liked what that mirror told her, because damn, she does not look happy in that picture. He's a mess crying. How is he such a mess crying and she is just not emotional at all? Not even a little bit. Like, it's hilarious. We have all these crazy emotional men, which damn, I mean, look, it's fine with these happy moments. I get it. Like, it's fine, but pull it together, man. And then you have the only real women we have emotional on here is when it's something that is involving them. So it's a self-centered thing. Like, oh my gosh, something bad is happening to me, and here I'm going to cry about it. Most of the time it looks fake anyway, but damn, not even a little bit of a tear on your wedding day? Well, they did it, but again, 6 months back on the cruise. I guess we'll find out in the tell-all, because that's clearly a lot of time has passed. But either way, even if by the tell-all he's not back on the cruise, I think he'll be back there eventually. I don't think he's going to hang, and I think she's going to give him a hard time.
We got this, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably not.
I've been trying harder with her than I've been trying with you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop the presses right there. She just admitted that she's been trying harder with the stripper hooker girlfriend than she has with her own husband, who she has a family with and kids that she left at home neglecting. She tried harder with her? He should be like right there, like, we're done. Like, you need to work on your psychological well-being or whatever. This is ridiculous. I can't believe those words came out her mouth, but she definitely said the quiet part out loud.
I need her. She pay the things.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if I got married with him, she control him or she control me.
Absolutely. She already controls him. What the hell did you think? This is why they're all dumb. So Annie thinks, oh, I'll choose him and then he can make the calls. I'm like, no, she controls him too. She basically is the breadwinner. He basically stayed at home and now he doesn't have any control. Have you not seen this whole time? She clearly wears the pants. He can't be a man to save his life. And yet you chose him? That's why you're dumb. You should have chosen, like, the stripper shouldn't even be in the equation. She was out for money, but everyone is dumb.
He obviously wants you.
I see, wants to be part of your life, not my life. Oh my gosh. This guy is the biggest coward turtle going back in his shell. Like, hey guys, what's going on? Why are you doing all this? Oh my gosh, I'm just here. Like, I can't with this guy. He's got to be he's the biggest idiot coward. She's got to be the biggest manipulator drama queen. And Annie is just a stripper that's trying to use people for money. But is anyone shocked by that?
And then it's all still falling apart. I just want to go home.
Oh, you just want to go home? You should have stayed home with your kids. Like, this, all these realizations, I just want to go home. They are children. These adults are children. They are not grown, mature people who can make good decisions to actually affect in a positive way the people in their life. They can't. They're incapable. They really, I feel bad for their kids. I really do. I hope they go back and do some serious soul searching to be better parents and a better family. Because if they don't, I really do feel bad for their kids.
And I don't know where we go from here.
You go home and forget this ever happened. The best thing you could do right now is say, Matt, we're going to pretend we never did this. We're going to basically chalk it up to a bad ayahuasca trip in the jungle. And we're going to say, what were we thinking? We're going to go hug our kids, tell them how much they love them, and never leave them again. That's where you go from here. But no, she's still thinking, how can we make this relationship work? Because she's dumb.
I don't like many things about you.
Thank you for you too, but I don't like many things about you. I mean, damn, she's like, I can't think of one thing I like about you. Well, there you go. Truth is out in the open. You are a horrible person.
Necesita ir a un psicólogo primero.
Yes, she does. The one true thing that Annie has said is she needs a psychologist. Probably, but she would just go to some psychologist that reinforces whatever she's believing and not actually get any help. That's the problem.
I don't know what I could have done different.
Oh, maybe just not be such a horrible person. Oh my gosh, the manipulation cry is everywhere, and it's strong with this one. That manipulation cry is strong with that one because she pulls it out whenever she needs to, and then her turtle coward of a husband just says, it's okay, dear, instead of saying, why are you crying about this third person that was trying to rob us blind and keep us away from our kids? Let's go home and count our blessings.
I wish I had answers for you, baby. I really do.
Your answers are right there. You just were blessed with realizing, or should have realized, that this was never going to work, and this is a stupid thing y'all did in some haze. But instead, I wish I had answers for you. The answer is, I'm going to be more firm now, have more of an opinion when it comes to making the decisions in our relationship, so I can actually say things when you're doing stupid things. Because clearly, she has done many stupid things, and he's just gone along with it.
Fight and fight if I knows anything about me. I'm such a fighter.
I'm such a fighter. Everything she says is, I'm so great, I'm amazing, I'm such a fighter. She's still trying to make it work. Like, the stupidity knows no bounds. She's lost all her brain cells at this point. Well, it was definitely a crazy finale. Crazy for sure. But here we are leading into the tell-all, and the couples, although they got married, is anyone convinced that they're going to last? I'm pretty sure that they are going to have a crazy tell-all. Make sure you tune in next week, because they are definitely bringing out the drama merchants. They're bringing Big Ed back, because why not? He'll get something going, because, you know, Humpty Dumpty definitely can get under people's skin. So that should be fun, and we'll see if any of them actually stay together. Can they make it last? Are they happy? All of those questions will be answered. Make sure you tune in next week for all of that madness, and make sure you hop on to 90 Day Hunt for Love tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share with all your friends. Y'all are amazing. I will see y'all next time.